right, hello. Welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. As we are playing Holler for Savage Worlds tonight, an Appalachian Apocalypse, we are continuing our Blasted Beauty campaign. And I'm checking chat. Melissa, that's incorrect. I haven't actually. Technically, there have been 2 character deaths thus far. I would say I'm responsible for one or both. I can't remember. How did your second one die?
He got shotgunned in the face.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I've killed 2.
That's right.
Yeah,
and then the face some more.
That's right. That's right.
It was a very impersonal shotgun blast.
Yeah,
it was.
Jeff didn't take it like to heart.
Yeah. I mean, for you, it was a very important day as your character died, but for me, it was just a Monday. So
Yeah.
It was a Monday.
Paraphrase.
Thank you, Street Fighter.
So let's see what else we got going on. So the other thing is that we are giving away another set of dice tonight. We've been giving away dice all month, courtesy of our friends at Norse Foundry, and tonight we are giving away some bronze dragon scale dice. They're this kind of muted holler green, which is pretty nice. And in addition to like your normal set, we're also giving away a boulder, which is a golf ball sized D20. So if you ever want to hurt somebody with it, that's the joke. I've made the joke like 100 times already. So if you ever want to bash somebody with something, we give you that with this boulder. It's great. So you get a full set, plus you get this big old D20. We're going to be giving that away probably around the midway point of the stream. So hang out for that. And we'll do a little thing in chat. We'll drop a keyword, etc., etc. We'll figure something out. Oh, I already know what the keyword is. No one say it, but I know what it is. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget for later. But yeah, that's...
That would be sort of frightening if we all said a word that you just wrote down in your
I think I
office
know
there.
I think some of you might be able to piece together what that word is, but no one say anything yet because Nightbot will go nuts if people start typing it right now. But yeah, that's what we got going on tonight. But why don't we do some character intros and go from there? So Chuck... Tell us about Double D's nuts.
Double D, standard D's nuts. Gotta go, Cletus. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We learned last time what the D in Double D stands for. We learned it's D's nuts. I'm not sure if Chuck remembers. But that was hilarious. That was like, it took us 16 episodes for someone to finally ask what the D stood for, which I thought was very funny. But there we're at. Shantan Razzini, if you do end up buying a set of dice, use the Lolly promo code. You can get some, was it 10% off, Melissa? 15%? What is it? Something like that. Melissa knows.
Look in chat shortly. The answer will appear.
Thank you, because I'm not going to do it. Next up, we've got the third member of the dog family to join this program. Dan, tell us about Doggint.
Yeah, he's our moonshiner. He's our alcohol wizard, who's probably going to be the third character to die in our campaign.
If you survive, I'm going to go ahead and put alcohol wizard instead of moonshiner for your name.
Nice.
I think that's pretty funny. A little note to myself. Okay, fantastic. And then we've got Double D's younger, bigger, smaller, I'm not sure, brother. We've got Cletus.
Yeah, man, I'm Cletus. I'm Double D's big little brother, and I'm an Appalachian ninja. I'm sneaky. I'm a thief, and I recently got myself this one other moonshiner up in my clutches. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, you did. You did. You started this all off. You triggered it all. Poor old, what's his name? Fergus Dugan, I believe his name is.
Make good decisions.
I think you made a great decision personally, because chaos is going to erupt. We might have a whole different party next time we play after what we're going to do tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I told them all to make backup characters. I don't think anyone did, but in their defense, I didn't give anyone a backup character sheet. So it's sort of on me too.
Hey, I have a backup character.
That's true. You do, actually. I think I have it in the unused folder.
Yeah, Saul. From
Yeah.
The first time I thought Double D was going to die.
There he is. And Dan technically has Dan number 3. So I don't know.
I don't remember if I didn't make him at all, did I?
No, because I think you just reused a previous character sheet. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. All right, let's continue on then. Next up, we've got Louisa. Melissa, tell us about Louisa, our holy roller.
Yeah, she is our holy roller whose health dwindles as we go. And she was recently handed a shotgun, which she is not wont to use, but situation that we find ourselves in might just make that something that she does. Usually she just, uses her powers and smites the weapons of others so that they she helps with the thing but didn't directly do the thing, and that works better for her.
Fantastic. Also, I think you fell in a sinkhole and nearly died last time, if I recall correctly. Is that right?
I did.
Mhm.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yep. Then finally, because we don't have player Joe tonight, but we do have character Joe. So Bert, tell us about Joe.
Hey, I'm a handy mechanic. I like to fix things. I like to build things, and people say I like to kill folks, and I'm real good at it, but I don't really like it. It's just a thing you do, like turning the bolts, using a screwdriver on something. It's just something you got to do to accomplish a task. Don't particularly feel good about it, but it's got to be done sometimes.
It does. It's true. Sometimes it just does need to be done, and you're very good at it. We've learned that you're very good at throwing knives too. That's kind of become, I think, your signature to some degree, right?
Generally speaking,
Murder
good
and
at murder.
life. It's all the same, right?
Griffin, I don't have control over Bert's mic. However, we can ask Bert if he can turn his mic up if he's low. If Bert, they think your mic is low, possibly.
We can try that. Okay, give me a second.
It did seem a little quiet to me too.
Okay. Cool. So while
How's
Bert,
that? Any better?
Yes.
Better.
Yes. Look at that sultry goodness. Okay. So why don't we dive into tonight? So last session, we began in the fiery ruins of Fergus Dugan's Lower Still on the slopes of Old Rag and the Ghost Ridge Mountains. You are in the Ghost Ridge Mountains because you're looking to help a famed moonshiner by the name of Amos Mulholland, and he wanted you to investigate Fergus Dugan, as we already mentioned, whom Amos suspects has this big boy back and is trying to sort of take him down. Ella May, your resistance chief, hopes that by helping Amos, you might be able to use his clout and his muscle to assist the resistance down the line sometimes. Searching these ruins, you found a necklace that was carved in the shape of a wolf or Fenrir, and various clothes, and you sort of logically deduced this might all belong to the woman Irma, who you heard was murdered by some of Fergus's men elsewhere on Old Rag. You continued up the mountain slopes for a bit. You found that there are all sorts of traps. Double D stepped in an iron bear trap, which nearly broke his leg, but he toughed it out.
Fine.
He's fine. He rubbed some dirt on it. Louisa tried to rub some dirt on it too, but that dirt sunk and she collapsed into the ground, into a sinkhole. Luckily, Amian, dove in, all Wesley-like, to help pull Louisa out. You then continued forward. You found the Upper Still, which is where you discovered that Fergus's rumored shambling workers were actually lifeless animated corpses of Holler folk, powered by some sort of weird science. You found this shunt that was kind of characteristic of that weird science big boy tech that you've heard about and seen a couple times here and there. You even found a pair of familiar faces. You found Otisway Quarles, who you knew from the Fiddlers Convention. You found Mildred Robb, who was a singer mother from Gilmer that you had met when you were messing around with the witches of Weird and whatnot. So you spent some time putting whatever of these folks, you put them out of their misery. They didn't put up a fight. And then I think it was Joe rigged the still to explode. And you kind of trudged further up the mountain to Fergus's main headquarters. Some of you kept to the shadows. You hit others, not so much. And as you arrived at this cabin, you met the very short and unimpressive Fergus Dugan, along with several of his thugs, some Kramer Holt agents, one by the name of Justice Harley. But unfortunately, just as Double D and Cletus and Amian were trying to sneak around the campfire, a couple of you caught sight of the fact that you had been outflanked, as there were various mercenaries, various company men, Kramer Holt agents that were kind of hiding out here and there in the sort of clumps of trees. And Cletus got away, but the rest of you kind of got caught. In addition to the campfire folk, there's probably around two dozen folks or so in the shadows. Fergus did begin to kind of offer you all a deal in exchange. Like he wanted to turn, I wanted you to turn on Amos, but you kind of rejected it, or at least Cletus definitely did. Once he kind of did his little sneaky snake routine where he climbed across the roof, hung down, and nearly broke the dude's neck.
One go.
Nearly one-shot him, but didn't. He's got 2 wounds and he's shaken, but he's so close. So we are going to pick up there. So we are not going to do this as a combat because that's going to take 3 days. We're instead going to do this as a dramatic task because they're fun. So I already kind of gave the players the basic gist of how this is going to work, but I'll reiterate it here for those of you that are watching. So dramatic tasks, if you've forgotten, it's kind of like a elaborate skill challenge where we're going to deal out cards just like initiative works, etc. And then when your turn comes around, you describe something you're doing. I'm assuming it's a retreat, which probably makes the most sense. But if you decide it to be something else, you can. But then I'm going to crank the difficulty up because if you actually what? Well, I'll do this. You tell me what your task is. Do you want to kill them or do you want to run away?
I think one person's going to get killed by Cletus. And then the
That's
rest of us going to be running away.
You want to? Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Running.
So I know
planning.
the right answer.
I have no problem if you say you just want to stay and fight. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But I'm just going to crank the difficulty up a little higher.
But I also know the double D answer. And I think Cletus is feeling me on this. Oh, we'll just play it by ear. See where it goes.
Okay. So in general, I was setting the difficulty, presuming you guys were going to try to just get the hell out of there since you were so surrounded, at a token count of 21, which means that we're going to do 3 rounds. Each round, you guys get dealt a card. You do an action that you think contributes to your overall goal. If you succeed, you get a token. If you get a raise, you get 2 tokens. And then at the end of the 3rd round, if you have 21 tokens added up between all of you, you succeed in the task. If you don't, you fail. The failure state for this task is going to be capture. They're not necessarily looking to kill you unless you make it next to impossible to not kill you, but otherwise you're going to try to capture you. And so that would be the failure state. There's a couple little wrinkles here and there we're adding to this, including, they'll come up when they come up. There's going to be some other things that we're adding in. So we're not playing.
Getting shot.
Yeah, so we're going to add in because I have a bunch of complications that I'm cashing in here from the audience. So I'm going to make it so that anytime anyone fails a roll, they get shot at. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to take damage, but they get shot at. That kind of stuff. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and deal some cards so everyone kind of knows where you're at. I've done that. Get a little music going. Okay. It's a great start for all of you so far.
What are all of these bennies?
Oh my gosh. I got a clubs right out of the gate.
You got extra bennies because both Joe and Double D got jokers. That's a great start.
Nice.
Wow.
However, Dan, in his usual role, got a club. Club, when you're dealt a club during a dramatic task, that means you suffer a complication on your turn, which means anything you try to do is at -2. Normally, the rules as written, if you try to do something in your turn when you have a complication and fail, the whole dramatic task fails, but we're not going to do that. Instead, if you fail on your turn when you're given a club, you are captured. Your individual character is captured. Dan made a joke that this is going to happen right off the bat, and lo and behold, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether it's a dice roll or a card draw, either one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just to remind everybody the scene, we got the rooftop cabin entrance is where Cletus and Fergus are. The campfire area that's a little bit out in front of it. We've got Joe, Louisa, Doggant, Justice Harley, and several of these agents and thugs. Side of the cabin is where Double D and Amian were caught by a couple of them gun-toting thugs and such. There's the mountain path kind of leading up that was flanked pretty heavily by agents here and there. Remember that the cabin is built at the base of this vertical wall of the mountain itself. The paths of going back down the mountain are fairly easy. There's no issues there. You just have to pass, all these different people want to kill you or capture you. But going any further up is like scaling a cliff wall, right? So think about it that. Also remember that you have, I think we have 7 audience boost left that you can use, but you got to declare it before you roll. And you've got your cherry bounce if you wanted to drink your cherry bounce and possibly get extra boosts there. Okay, we good?
Would drinking cherry bounce be like a turn, or like a?
No, you can just drink it. I don't care. It's fine. You can just drink it.
Okay.
So that in mind, we're gonna get started. So we're gonna start with Joe. So Joe, you're standing at the campfire. You're kind of talking to these other people here and there, Justice Harley, etc. And you suddenly hear, and you look over, and by the doorway where the light's coming out, it's a good 10, 15 feet away, you see Cletus, the shape of Cletus, come down and is attacking Fergus. But right as that happens, you hear at least a dozen different guns suddenly cock, load, and you hear a few bullets start firing as it's go time. So, Joe, what do you want to do?
All right. Well, first of all, I want to try this cherry bounce thing.
All right, yeah. So, if you're in Foundry, go ahead. So you can drink it free, no problem. Go over to the roll table and click on...
Been given 2 more complications.
I'll do it for you. There you go. Okay, you see dead people.
Okay.
So your character, your senses become heightened. You get +2 to notice rolls for 1 hour. So that'll be your bonus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has kind of gotten shot. I know the Ninja Brothers are not going to back down. They've already started the killing. So Joe just assumes that killing is on. And so he will just sling around that shotgun, drop, just blast away at the closest people to me.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm dropping down to get to kind of make myself a smaller target, but then letting go with my shotgun.
Okay,
So anyway, he started blasting.
go right ahead.
Yeah, well, it's already started. So
So yeah, just go ahead and roll your attack roll. It's fine, like normal.
sure. It's the seed sower, I think. Shoot, it was a tie. There it goes. Use skill. Shooting. Well,
Okay, so a 6 would be a success, which means you would accrue 1 token. You
did it add the bonus for the Joker?
It did. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
It did.
automated.
Okay.
If you wanted to Benny that, try to roll again, see if you can get a raise. It's up to you, but a 6 would technically hit. So you already have a
I'm going
raise.
to stay with that. I want to save those chips, so I will just roll the damage then.
Everyone's head
raise on it?
turns. Yeah. Don't worry about damage.
Oh my! How does it? Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about damage. This is all dramatic task stuff, so like we're not going to do full combat rules. So we hear the scream. Everyone at the campfire turns really quick, and a few of them turn back, guns drawn, but others are a little slower on the draw. You take that opportunity as you just pull the shotgun out. One fella just goes flying back. He suddenly looks like a seed just going through the air as his stomach is just ripped apart, slams against the side of the cabin, kind of falls down. Everyone else suddenly turns their guns in your direction. Next up, we've got Double D, also with a Joker.
I mean, you just don't shoot things on it. Laser don't drop down and got him.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry bounce.
Okay, yeah. I can roll if you want. Get your fort. All right. Liquid Courage. You ignore any fatigue and wound penalties for 1 hour. That's really good.
Nice. That's a good one here.
It will be.
So, Clayton dropped down and got the guy in front of the door. Batista spear. Both of them. Inside.
Batista spear inside. That's what I heard.
I want to spear the bad guy.
Okay.
Carry him inside.
Okay, so you want to spear him and try to just into the cabin. Okay, yeah, go ahead. That sounds... I mean, you could roll an attack. You could roll athletics. Either one of those seems fine.
You athletics will do it, and I'll get used to the thing.
Okay, you're gonna do some audience boosts. Okay, I like how I'm basically learning another language.
You go you teach.
Okay,
You're taking 2 audience
he's
boosts,
taking
right?
2 audience boosts. He's trying to get a raise. This is smart.
You
Yeah,
can-
between the Joker and that, he's
Yeah.
got a very good chance of it.
Smart.
What do I get the
Eventually-
thing for the Joker? That another +2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll automatically add. Oh, actually, no, you're doing physical dice, but yeah, you'll add +2 to that as well.
All right. +4.
Eventually, you can teach this at school too.
Now, just critical fails are still critical fails. So if you roll snake eyes on something, regardless of your bonuses, it's still critical fail.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
gosh.
the audience just wants to kill us
Yeah.
because now
Uh-huh.
that's another complication.
Yeah,
so they
it-
they
that-
heard that there were already 3 complications banked and decided 3 more should be added on to our fate.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
guys should have ran.
Yeah, everything's good. He's fine.
Okay.
All right. Hey,
Okay.
plus that is 16.
16 is going to be a raise. So that'll be 2 tokens for you. So you're already up to 3. Okay. So you're going to, I would imagine, with your damage, be able to take him out. Whether he's dead or whether he's just taken out, it's kind of up to you. But you Batista spear him into the doorway, through the doorway. You his head just smashes against the shelf as you slam him to the wall. You hear a crack. Stuff starts to fall down on him. He stops screaming, and you look down
I
at
like
him.
to keep him alive.
Yeah, you look at him. You wait for a second. Oh, no, he seems alive. He seems alive.
Nice.
Okay. Tracy gave you the players. Okay. So Melissa, keep track. That's for the players.
All right, we're back up
Yeah,
to
that's
8.
3
Thank
more,
you,
right?
That's 3
Tracy.
more boosts. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's 100 to help a player, 300 to help me. Okay. So you're doing well. That's 3 so far. That's great. Doggant, you are
now we get to bring on the failure.
okay. So we're changing the rule up. It's not going to be a total fail for the task, but it'll be essentially if you fail on your complication on your club here, they will somehow take you captured. They'll knock you out, start dragging you away. We'll figure out how it works, but that's what you're after here. You did just get some audience boosts, so you can cancel that out if you wanted to burn.
I was probably going to go ahead and cancel that out right away.
Okay.
All right.
I was going to use my cherry bounce first, though.
Ooh,
All right.
bring it
Let
on.
me see what you got. There's 3 different things that this can be. You also
I
Doggett-
actually already rolled
Doggett
it.
rolled
Oh,
it first.
sorry. My bad.
I was ready for it.
All right. You got Bring It On. You feel a fire burning in your soul. Your pain threshold increases, and you gain +1 toughness for an hour.
Nice.
Very good. It's very good. Okay.
And actually, I was hoping to just use slumber on some people. See if I can knock a crowd of people out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Any skill is fine. Yeah. I don't mind
All
for
right.
comments. Yeah. Go for it, man. And you are burning
Wow.
some audience dice, you said, to cancel out that penalty for.
Yeah, I don't have that added in
You're good.
the.
You're
so-
good. You rolled a 5, so the cancel. You got the cancelization of your complication for the club, so you got a 5 still. So it's still successful. Okay.
Just barely baited.
So last you were out by the campfire with Joe, if I recall. Let me check. Yeah, you were by the campfire with Joe and Louisa. Remember, there was that kind of the woman who seemed to be leading the Kramer Holt agents. Then there were a couple of these agents and just some thugs that were working for Fergus Dugan. You know the gunfire exchange between Joe and some of the others, and then you kind of stepped to the side and just pop down one of your moonshine concoctions. It bursts open, a bit of gas kind of comes up, and you see a few of them just, and they just start firing like really slowly and kind of collapse. Okay, so you guys are at 4 so far. 4 through the first. This is great. You guys are you're gonna live forever. Great. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 more complications now I can do stuff with. So.
The 6.
Cletus, you're up next. You just saw your brother, Double D, just spear Dugan, and Dugan's out. Just collapse. But you hear gunfire aplenty out by the campfire, and as you look out there, you can see from the road, from where those hiding spots were, you can see there's a group of thugs and those other agents that are starting to sweep in now too, like actually cutting you guys off to a point. What would you like to do?
Well, hell, I was initially going to use that man as a human shield, but I respect what Double D did. That's all right. Now, I do recall him arguing a good spell with that one science lady, the one, that egghead who seems all important, whatnot.
Justice Harley is her name. Yeah.
Yeah. What I think I might do is just something real stupid, right? Because we got this explosion, this gas, and all that sort of thing. I'm going to take that moment of chaos as people are falling asleep and there's gas kind of clouding the air. I'm going to come out. I'm going to take that chain and start swinging it around to get some motion. And I'm going to throw the bear trap and try and catch her on the leg and yank her back. Take
Just
me a
imagine
hostage.
random bear trap flying through the air in the middle of combat.
I can't believe I gave you
Man,
this stupid. Why did I?
I'm
why
an
did I give you
Appalachian
this?
scorpion now. Get over here.
Get over here. Okay.
That's
Let's see. What did we do for that? Would we do athletics? I think because you're throwing.
I think for most of the time for throwing, that's that.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I think I'll take, if nobody's against that, I think I'll take some boost.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Too Old to Twitch just dropped some. Shantan Rosini just dropped some.
Okay, I'll do 2 because I really, really want this to work.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
All
Yeah.
right, buddy.
Get over here.
It clamps down on her leg. As you can see, she's just a couple feet from Joe. She's got Joe dead to rights, and she's about to pull the trigger when suddenly clamp right on her leg, and she starts firing, and you see like the hat of Joe just gets singed, and it would have gone right in his head if not, as you drag her across the ground in the direction of the front of the cabin. Okay. What a great first round for you guys. This is great. Louisa. Chaos has erupted. Bullets are blazing. What do you want to do?
Cracking open that cherry bounce.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Did you roll or you want to roll it? Okay, bring it on.
Yep.
So you also get the toughness, increased toughness for an hour. Very nice. So the 3 options are I See Dead People, which is what Joe got with the increase in notice. Bring It On, which is the toughness one. And then there's Liquid Courage, which is what Double D got, which is the fatigue and wounds. So those
That's the
they're all good, I
special
think.
stuff right there. Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so as tends to happen with this group, Louisa like turns and is like getting ready to like run as well as she can with her walking stick, and then she just sort of like looks around and watches everybody and is like, oh, all right. So she is going to see if she can kind of cast some sort of a distraction, because faith is the best thing that she can roll.
Okay.
So I'm looking to do
Okay, so you've got like smite. What do you have? Smite, healing, and relief. Those are the 3,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Okay. So what are you thinking about doing? What do you want to try to do with one of those?
I mean, smite is how I do things. So I
Okay.
think I'm gonna do
So
some,
if I might posit a suggestion,
absolutely.
you see Cletus throw out this chain and starts dragging the woman Justice Harley towards him. Well, towards him is right past you, which gives you just a moment to be able to reach down and smite that bear trap if you wanted to try to do that.
Yeah, I would very much like to smite that bear trap.
Please do.
Oh my God. A magically imbued bear trap is just, this is Christmas,
Like,
basically.
we didn't think it could get better,
Away.
but then it did.
Just go up a little bit. All right.
All right.
Doing any
I'm gonna
bonuses
take
or anything?
2.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna take 2.
All right. You guys have jumped out all over this.
I'm just gonna roll this through the sheet
That's fine.
with a modifier of a +2.
All right.
Ah,
That's a
missed
7.
it by 1. That's a
You,
7.
you can always Benny this. Try to get to that 8 if you want.
I've got 5 bennies. Oh, push the wrong button.
Okay. All right. So you did not. Okay. You still got a success, though. Still, success is great.
Did get a success.
So So Cletus, as you're pulling it back, you just see her reach out, just very gently, just touch the bear trap, which suddenly glows with the power of something. But not only that, but everyone kind of turns now, who's out there and firing around, and they see this blatant display of some kind of holy magic.
Yeah.
And you can hear a few of them be like, "Witch," something like that, kind of shouting out, and you've suddenly drawn a touch of attention to yourself.
Yep.
Okay, that is
And at round 1, where do we stand?
You are at 7 successes. You are 1/3 of the way there. You did exactly what you needed to do. You hit 7. You're on pace. Good to go. However, I'm going to go ahead and use one of these complications, right? It would be it'd be wrong
The
of
audience
me.
has spoken. The audience did let us know.
We all get. I mean, we gotta do the thing.
So what I think is fair is I've got these people closing in on the crew. I think I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I'm just going to say I'm going to take a couple pop shots at you guys. That'll be it. I'm just going to off turn pop shots with one of these complications at the end of this first round, and we'll see how that goes. Those who have been the most aggressive thus far. So I'll probably say, let's see, who am I going to attack? We'll do like, I'm going to attack 3 times. Who am I going to target first? One's going to go at Joe. He started blasting. That makes sense. One's going to go at Cletus. That makes sense. And we're going to say the other one's going to go at Doggett.
Oh, dang it.
The 3 of you are going to get an attack here from one of these folks. So one of the Kramer Holt agents right in front of Joe who didn't get knocked out. He's going to go ahead and sort of do the same thing. You got yourself a shotgun. Well, he's got himself a shotgun. He's got a peasant pumper. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a roll here. It's a D8. Let's see how I do. That's a 5, so that's a hit, a regular hit. And then the peasant pumper, what is that? I'm trying to remember. I'm going to give it a 2d6. I'm going to say he's not point blank on you. He's on the other side of the fire, so we'll say 2d6 for it.
Peasant pumper is 1 minus 3d6.
It depends on range to it. So I'm doing like the medium one. All right,
Got it.
I didn't roll no explosions, but a 5 and a 4, so it's 9 total points of damage towards Joe. Okay, the next one of these other agents is going to go ahead, also by the fire here, is going to kind of take a shot over at Doggett. Do the same thing. Just keep it simple. That's a 6 on the D8 to hit. And then damage-wise, it's a 4 plus a 2, 6 points of damage towards Doggett.
That does not break my toughness.
All right, doesn't break toughness. Perfect. So then...
That's that bulletproof vest we got
Cletus,
a while back.
Oh, wonderful. You got this glowing bear trap on Justice Harley, and you're pulling her, and she's...
Come on!
And she kind of... You see her rolling around. She ain't nothing. She's gonna, as she's rolling, she's gonna turn around and she's gonna see you pulling towards her, and she's still got a gun in the hand. And as you're pulling her, she's gonna unload right at you, Cletus.
I made a huge mistake.
And she's got a Tommy Deadman.
Oh no!
So,
Well, that's a name. That's a name.
Hoping that she's been.
Rate of fire of 3. That means, oh my God, Jeremy, how does rate of fire work again? I looked this up like 2 weeks ago, and
I think that means she has to take 3 turns to get it ready.
Roll it 3 times.
Jeremy, did you just lie to me?
No,
that is not a Jeremy thing.
no, like you do, but usually unless you have like a special multi-fire talent, like you get a -2 for shooting.
Okay, so
I do the multiple shots.
Yeah, I do multiple shots. Okay.
Number of shots that may be fired by this weapon in a single action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she does not have anything special, so she is going to take that multiple attack penalty. All right.
She maybe heard it all.
Answer
from
in
the bear
chat,
trap?
Josh.
Oh, nice.
1 wild die, 1 skill die per rate of
Official
fire.
stuff.
-2 unless they have rock and roll. They don't have best of rock. Okay, perfect. Take the best of 3. Okay, 1 wild. Boom.
Thanks, Tracy.
Beautiful. Skill die. Boom. Okay.
Per rate of fire.
Okay. And -2. Here we go. Well, that's a fail. That's a 1 and a 2 on the first shot. Seven minus seven. 7 on the D8 minus 2. That's a 5 on the second one. And then the third one, that's an exploder. That's another explode. That's a 13. So
Okay.
miss on the first, hit on the second, raise on the third.
Was she possibly injured at all from having a bear trap hit her leg?
That's fair, actually. I'll tell you what. Roll 2d6. We'll say 2d6 for damage on the bear trap. I forget
Okay.
what we did.
Yeah.
Definitely the raise would have hit, but we'll see whether.
Oh
or
yeah,
not.
for sure.
Yeah. What's the damage on that?
7. Probably not enough.
Not enough. Yeah. Okay, so they're both gonna get off.
I'm reaching.
No, it's fair. That's totally fair. All right. So damage wise, 2d8 plus 1 for 2 shots.
Oh,
6,
God.
7. That's 8 points on the first. Not a good roll. I did the exact same roll. 6 and a 1 plus 1, so 8 and 8. 8 twice.
I don't know how, but I soak that.
Okay, you soak it all.
Maybe she's just not. Maybe she does like graze, but
Zinging you.
Yeah, like she's like you hear the wood explode next to you. It's just not quite hitting
Hey.
you.
every
Okay.
time I see her trying to aim it, I'm yanking on the chain.
Okay,
Stop it! You stop it,
and
woman!
that,
I'll rip your leg off.
you probably will. All right, so that is the end of round 1. Let's go ahead and deal new cards.
Real quick, Jeff.
yeah, man.
So I took 9 damage. Should I do a soak roll for that?
Yeah,
I
if you
just let it pass because I wasn't sure.
you can spend a Benny, roll vigor to soak. That's fine.
Spent a Benny, vigor.
Here you go.
Okay, yeah. So you did soak.
Yeah.
All right, so you should be good. All right. Wild die blisters go. Oh, I get you. Yeah, this is what happens when we never do the rate of fire stuff.
It's similar to like, do you remember how those vampires in Deadlands had the thing where they could attack twice? They got 2 combat dice
Yeah.
for just the 1 wild dice.
That makes sense. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's go to a new round. New cards. All right, we got no jokers this time. 2 clubs. But first up is Doggant. Doggant, you got shot. You threw one of these grenades down, blew up in front of some folks. The vapors knocked some of them out. But you can see guys are getting closed down. You see this woman getting dragged across the ground towards the door by a lit up, holy, smited bear trap. What would you like to do?
Boy, I kind of want to do something different just so I can have done something with it because I too have a Tommy Deadman.
Oh my. What would you like to do, sir?
Nice.
I feel like it's time to start shooting it.
Okay. Is there a particular person or direction you would like to shoot at?
Probably just work on who's closest.
Okay, so there's still, we'll say, a couple folks around the fire where that you were kind of nearest to. The reinforcements coming from the road are closing in, but aren't immediately on you. So if you're looking for the most immediate threat, a couple more campfire goons are probably worth taking out.
All right, just try and start clearing some space.
Okay, man.
And I got to take a -2 on everything, right?
If you're doing the rate of fire thing like I just did, yeah. So roll 1 wild die and then 3 skill die.
Let's do a regular roll to start with.
Yeah.
Fail on that one.
And then just roll 2 more d8s for your other ones. So you have a 3. You got a 3 on your wild die, 2 on your first attack. That's a fail. So it's okay. Oh,
There we go.
that's an
You
explode.
gotta explode that.
Yeah.
Yep. Roll again. All right. So that's a
Okay, so that's
14
good.
minus 3. So that's an 11 on the second shot. All right. Now roll the third.
Raise.
All right. Ah, oof.
Okay. One
I might
hit.
go ahead
Got a
and
raise.
I might go ahead
Got the
and
raise.
Benny that
You-
one shot.
You've already got the raise.
You've got the
though.
raise.
We're
There's really
doing-
no reason
okay.
to. Yeah.
No,
Like,
okay, never mind.
yeah, we're not doing like strict combat. So we're doing dramatic combat. So you're just looking for a success, and you got it. You got it with a raise. Okay. So
Nice.
Pow, pow, pow.
a few of them start kind of getting woozy, drop to the ground. She gets dragged across. Joe blows one into the wall with his shotgun, and a few more are still there. And that's when you just not the most accurate shots in the world. Very hip fire like. The gun's very heavy, actually, Doggint. I see that you do not have the minimum strength requirements to carry it, so it's kind of heavy, which is why you got that extra -1. But you shoot their legs out, so kneecaps are just exploding in front of you. You couldn't quite get the muzzle all the way up, and they start falling to the ground. Okay.
I didn't even realize it had a minimum strength.
Beautiful.
That's funny.
Double D. You just speared this guy. He's knocked out. He's unconscious, but you don't think he's dead. You hear gunfire crazy outside. What would you like to do?
Go shit.
I think you said negotiate, but I feel like it also said go shit. Like I don't know. Okay. Okay. What do you?
Cletus, blast him.
Okay. Let's switch over really quick. All right.
I
So
want to say what I got the guys, broken. I got him over my back. I'm gonna yell out, "Hey, Dix! Man, put your gun down. I'm gonna break him."
okay. Everyone stops for a second. Everybody stops. No, wait. What did he say? Did he say he's gonna? What? I think he's got the guy, and if we don't stop shooting, he's gonna break him. I think that's what he said.
That's it. You got it.
Okay, gotcha. We got you. All right, go ahead and roll. Let's see. What?
Took intimidate.
Intimidate sounds perfect for this. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I love it.
I got it. I'm
Okay.
gonna do the thing.
I definitely heard goat shit. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I want you to
You
the
take him
audio
too?
thing. I'm gonna
Okay.
want to do that.
Got it.
Oh, you're gonna do a good job. I'm gonna Benny that.
Oh, that ain't good. That didn't sound good.
I guess it was 4. It wasn't terrible, but I'm gonna do better.
Okay.
I'm gonna do better.
Breaking ratings.
All right, that's 6.
All right, 6 is still a success, not a race, but you still got a token to the pool. Okay, so you scream out, and I'll say it's not going to obviously end the whole thing, but you do see a few folks, they stop firing. They start to lower their guns, momentary confusion and uncertainty of what to actually do. It's not really the Kramer Holt agents. None of them seem to stop firing, but you see Fergus Dugan's folks, the guys who are dressed in just sort of normal kind of rundown clothes, not the fancier city clothing that some of these agents are wearing. All of them kind of lower their weapons for a second. They look out and they look at each other, and they're hesitating for sure. All right. Next. Well done. Next up, we've got Joe. Now, Joe, you are on a complication. You drew a club, which means anything you do is going to have a -2 penalty. If you fail, they will take you captive in some way.
Sure. So my hat got hit last time is what I heard, right?
Yeah.
What is the circumstance of that person that shot my hat right
They are
now?
currently being dragged across the ground by a smited bear trap into the warm embrace of Cletus.
Okay. Unfortunately, Joe's vengeful. Joe will mutter, "This has the last thing my father had to bequeath me. We were a poor family. This is the only thing he had. My dead pa, my dead mom. This is the only thing I had to inherit. Now it's got a hole in it." And he shotgun in one hand, he pulls out the pistol and shoots her.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Take a Betty, by the way, for playing the vengeance. That's hilarious. And then, yeah, roll your attack. She's being dragged by the thing. You've got your -2 penalty already, so I'm not going to add anything extra. But
can I use one of
audience?
those point things? Yeah. To
audience
offset?
dice? Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
it like 1 or 2?
What does it do?
-2.
one?
So each one gives you a +1 back.
You can just remove the negative.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
get
I'm just going to remove the negative then.
perfect. Thank you, audience.
Yes, thank you, generous audience.
All right. So yeah, you're just rolling flat. See how it goes.
No, it's a success.
That's all you needed. You avoid the complication problem, and so she's getting dragged across, and you turn. You give
How
that
do I
little,
give myself a Benny?
and you fire. I can give you one, or I think you can do it on your character sheet too. But
You can hit the plus button sometimes.
Oh, I see it.
Mine never
I got
has.
it.
you got it.
Yep, there it
Okay.
goes.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So you shoot at her. She is a wild card. She's probably not going to die outright unless your damage goes crazy. But you shoot her, and you can see a big splurt of blood comes out as you get her on a weird angle. She's being dragged. You kind of shoot her at the top of her shoulder as you see kind of her head or shoulder, and she's just bleeding on out. Well, if you explode, well, 11 points of damage. Hang on. Let me see how poor Justice would do here.
Vengeful, Jeff. Vengeful.
That would wound her. It would shake and wound her. So I'll go ahead and add those in. Okay, not killing her. She's not dead, but it'll shake and wound her for sure. Okay, well done. You avoid the danger of the complication. We move then to Louisa. You can see your smite is doing wondrous work. This is just gleefully and glowfully being dragged across the ground. You, however, Melissa, you have a -2 to wherever you do as you drew a club. What do you want to do?
I did. So, hoping that I'm, of course, not going to get captured, I am going to spend my free action to tap into Augur to get myself 3 Augur tokens.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Which will then allow me, so I'll have 3 tokens that I can spend for myself or anyone else within a 24 yards to re-roll a trait or a damage roll.
Okay, so you get basically a free reroll on this before even spending a Benny. Is that what
That's awesome. So you could almost triple roll something.
Very nice. Okay.
That's amazing.
All right, so you've done that. So then what are you going to do for your skill?
Yeah, so let me spend the Benny.
Your trait
so
roll, I
that
should say.
Make sure that I am. All right, I spent the Benny, so I'm
Perfect.
good there. And what I would like to do
Yeah.
is because character Joe took some damage,
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
and so I am going to do a roll, not a faith roll, but just a regular roll healing roll,
Okay.
Slap a bandage on him.
so that I can
Or his hat.
Okay, so you're rolling healing. Sounds great.
I am
Sounds
rolling
fair.
healing. Because I've got the -2, I'm going to put us down to 4 audience boosts
Mhm.
to kind of just knock that out.
Joe's just sitting there firing at the woman with these dead eyes, and you just come up because he's standing still and you're just trying to patch him. Meanwhile, there's bullets exploding on the ground next to him here and there. Oh, I saw an explosion.
That's an 11.
Okay, that is going to be a raise.
That's a raise.
All right. So
Nice.
You guys are crushing this. You guys are
We're
doing
on
so
track with our
great.
2 raises.
Thank you, Kit Catcher. Yeah, so all Cletus really needs to do to stay on pace is just do a normal success. If he gets a raise on his turn. Yeah.
Yep. Stay hydrated.
Okay. Steven, thank you for giving Kit Catcher that beautiful sub. All right, Cletus, we come to you, sir.
All right, now I got a couple ways of thinking about this. I do see Joe shooting at the lady, and I respect it. Hey,
Mhm.
man, I want to take the first fella hostage.
Yeah.
Dub D wouldn't take him out. I want to take this lady hostage. Joe wants to take her out. Sometimes that's just the way it is with friends, and I understand. Now, she's one of them egghead types that they was messing with that one type of weird crystal. What was that word? Volatile?
Okay. Are you talking about the green stuff? The green rocks? Is that
Yeah.
green? Okay.
I'm just taking a quick look to see if there's anything upon her that looks of a similar nature.
Okay. High or low, Jeremy?
Hi.
All right. Let's just roll. I'll roll in the chat. I'm just going to do a D6. It's a 3. You do not see anything, nothing like that. She does have ammo on her, so it's possible it might be more flammable situation going on, but you're not sure if it's going to blow up or anything.
Yeah. Now, if there had been something that was obvious, I'd go for it, but I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Okay.
But what I will do is I've got this nice, smited up bear trap with clamped onto her leg. I've got this chain. I pull her up close,
Mhm.
and I get that glowing chain wrapped up around the throat, and I start doing basically what looks to one of them professional wrestling submission moves, and I just put my knee in her back so that all the pressure's on her neck on one angle from the chain and on her knee from the other end from the smited up bear trap.
In between all of the
Lady-
gunfire, you still hear the crack of the bones as that happens. Go ahead.
Now listen here, I know you hated that son of a bitch, and this is what could be called I don't know what it's called, but sometimes it just ain't worth it. The juice ain't worth the squeeze at this point. Now you're gonna tell your people to back the hell off, get out of here, regroup, and do something else another day. Else I'm gonna break you.
Okay. Are you also doing intimidation? That's what are you doing?
I guess.
It sounds sort of like intimidation to me, but if you had something else in mind, let me know.
I was initially thinking I was gonna be more persuasive, but then when I started talking, it just went a different way.
It's intimidation for sure.
Yeah.
Not a lot of logic there. Yeah.
No, there is not. There is not. Could I use 2 of those audience?
Sure thing. We are at 2.
Okay, because guess what I don't have?
Intimidation.
I don't have intimidation.
You are a sweetheart, so you know.
But you have persuasion?
I do have persuasion, yes.
That's funny.
Okay. You got it though with a 4.
Got it
So
done.
you're set. You got it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
should have tried to tease it and ask if the bear trap gave me a bonus.
okay. Oh jeez. So she okay. So you've got the chain wrapped around her neck,
Mhm.
right? So she's got the Tommy dead man in one hand. She's kind of like leaning down still. She's clinging to it with with desperate life, and the other she's like trying to wave with her arm, trying to like signal to the men behind her. And a few of them are kind of seeing it, but not everyone's kind of picking up on it. But you can tell that she's trying to signal for something. Okay. End of round. You all are on pace. 7 for the first round, 7 for the second round. You need 7 in this third round, and you're good to go. Like I said, it's a very. I set the difficulty high. I, however, am going to go ahead and use my one of my complications. I have 2 more, so I use one of them now. I'll probably use the other one before the end of this round too.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do I want to do? I'm gonna do the same thing as last time. I'm just gonna take a couple pop shots at y'all. Let's see who's gonna get it this time. Okay, Double D's getting 1. Doggin's getting 1. And Joe is getting 1. Okay. So most of them have the same stuff. So I will go ahead and just pull them up. Let me get up my agents here. So Joe is probably just going to be that peasant pumper again. Kyle, take a couple steps as you kind of following you as you pull the pistol out, and one of these other guys will come at you with a shotgun. One of these Krim Holt agents as you're firing at their boss. So I think it was a D8. Yeah. Okay. So that's a 6 on the D8, so that'll hit. I'll do the same thing, middle of the range, 2 damage, 2 much damage to that. It's a 5 and a 3. That's an 8. 8 total damage to Joe. Let's see. I'm gonna soak that with vigor. Okay. 6 on the die for your vigor test, looks like, and you are good with that. Dog Int coming for you, my friend.
Yep.
All right, same thing. Oh, baby.
Oh.
I'm rolling the second time. That's 13.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do 3d6 then for this one, since for the raise. That's a bad start.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's a 5. Okay, there we go. 10 total.
10 damage.
Yeah, 10 total.
I thought this is 8, so.
Okay, so I got over once. So
Yep.
this would basically just shake you. So
Yep.
you're
And I can
good.
spend a Benny to get rid of that.
On your turn, you would get a free spirit roll to unshake. So you don't have to, and if you fail that,
Don't have to do
then
it.
spend the Benny. Don't worry about spending it yet. And then the third one will be on old Double D.
Go on, Ricky. You can't do anything.
Okay. So, all right. So I said that. So you two are right next to you. The brothers are next to each other, right, kind of inside the doorway or so, just inside or just outside. You're kind of right in the same place.
Hey.
Both of you have hold of a leader. I did just say she's holding the gun still.
She gonna shoot me?
So I think she's going to shoot you, and I'll roll it correctly this time. So the one wild die, and then we'll do the one wild die, and she'll just try to unload. Nope, that's the wrong gun. There we go. All right, so wild die. Okay. 10, 11, 8 to hit.
This woman is so tough.
Okay. All right. Actually, -1 on all of that. So, well, they're actually the range attacks, I suppose, so they all hit. So she's got 1 wound, and I do need to actually roll a spirit test, but she does have her own bennies. So let me roll my spirit just to make sure.
Is Double D close enough? It would be like in melee where she needs to hit his parry.
I think that's fair. So, what's your parry?
8.
Okay, so one of them would have missed then because the 8 would have gone down to a 7. So the other two,
Bolt right out of here.
yeah. So the other 2 will still hit though. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then she'll roll her damage on this, which is what is it? The hell's her damage?
Nope.
2d8.
2d8 plus 1. Yeah. Okay. First one. Oh my God! 4 points on the first one. Second one. Oh baby. 22 points of damage on the second one.
Oh.
8, 6, 7 plus 1.
Toughness 8.
Toughness 8. Okay, so let's think about this. Toughness of 8 shakes you. 12 is a wound. 16 is a wound. 20 is a wound. So you've got 3 wounds.
Shake.
So you're going to want to vigor test this, I would imagine, to soak. So go ahead and soak.
You gotta throw Benny out of that, right?
Yeah, Benny for that and roll your vigor.
Come on. Sweet
I
bear
think you
Jesus,
get to
you got
ignore
this.
the penalties.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's so close to die. I mean,
You're right on the cusp. Yeah.
all right. Got this. Oh, it's 8. All right. That's 8. 3. 11.
Okay, so you soak 2 wounds, meaning you're going to be shaken and 1 wound down.
All right.
Okay?
But you get,
Not that bad.
but you get
Not
to
that
ignore,
bad.
right?
And
'Cause
he
you're
ignores it. Yep.
Hey.
Okay.
Cherry bounce.
All right.
That's not bad for like getting shot with a Tommy gun point blank.
Not at all.
Right?
Not at all.
Oh, my teeth.
That wound, though, I mean, that wound that she got kept him from getting three hits, too. So that could have been really ugly. So that 1 wound you got on her, I think it was Joe. All right, new round, final round. This is going to determine whether or not you all get it. Looks like people are okay. Good news, bad news situation. Good news, no complications, no clubs anywhere. You guys are all good. Bad news, bad news is there's no jokers. Tracy, I don't think he ever had the ability to talk coherently. To be honest. Okay. All right. Let's do our final round, and then we'll do our giveaway, and then we'll resolve this. All right. So first up, Double D. You rolled to shake. You rolled to unshake. You still got your wound. What do you want to do, man? Oh man, I got 2 more complications.
I got the guy up on the shoulder. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna yeet. Just throw him in a group of people right there.
Okay.
And as I do that, boy, y'all, you got him. I'm gonna want to geek by.
Okay.
No.
When I do the thumbnail for this episode, I'm just gonna have like random letters. Like I just smashed my palm on the keyboard, and then I'm gonna quote that to Double D because that's what it sounds like. Okay.
Roll.
Athletic sounds like you're throwing her into a group. You're throwing him into a group, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
What you do the things?
Okay.
We got 2 things.
Last 2. Yep.
I got them.
Don't
All
forget,
right.
you all need
Use 'em
7.
wisely.
You need 2. So at least 2 people need a raise.
I get ready right here. I go right on up.
He's like, yeah, I got it. Ray's coming right here.
I got Benny that.
Or not.
No.
It's not great. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Not terrible.
The scary thing is I often understand what Double D says.
Yeah,
and I
you learn.
feel like
It's
something's
only a
like
6.
wrong with me. It's only a 6. It's still a success. So
dirty 6. Dude. I mean,
you're threatening it like you see like his guys just start talking to each other like what do we do, and then all of a sudden you just throw Fergus at them, and they look up like okay whatever, and like 3 of them just fall down as the full body of Fergus Dugan slams them to the ground. They start rolling down the slope a little bit. Okay, so you've got your first success. You need 6 more.
I'll do good.
Louisa, you're up next.
All right. Would you say that I could get myself into healing touch distance of Double D?
Of course, I think that would be fine. You're within about 10, 15 feet.
Okay. Because you do have a wound, right?
You did just see him essentially tank 2 shots from a Tommy Deadman.
Shot me here too. Oh, that's the one.
It's going to make him talk even more difficult to understand.
I get it now.
All right.
I have to get him some dentures.
All right.
Okay, that's faith. That's a 10. I got a 10. I got it. All right. So I'm just rolling this here.
Oh, no.
No.
That's a failure.
That is a
you can use your
failure.
tokens first.
I know that's what I'm
Betty.
trying to figure out. Which order do I do
Oh,
it in? and
boy.
how does that? 1 second. I haven't done augur before. I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong.
I think you spend one of the tokens to get the reroll first, right?
To reroll a trait or damage roll,
Hmm?
a trait or damage roll may only benefit from a single augur token.
True. But
Okay.
then you could use the auger, and then if you need to, you could still
could
Betty
Betty.
on top of it.
Exactly.
So
right.
those augers are probably going to be clutch on this last round.
Okay.
Then I will use an augur to reroll.
Just hope she doesn't crit fail, you know? That would be, how terrible would that be?
How would you say that?
Would take one of the tokens away if she did. Wouldn't that be awful? And then I would shoot at her face. Oh.
My anxiety just went from
Did I do that?
4 to
Was that
an
me?
8 immediately.
I mean, the
Like,
more times you roll, the more likely you are to roll a critical fail.
Or I can get a raise.
You got your raise.
Oh,
You got the first of the 2
yeah.
raises. What does it look like as you step over to Double D as he just
So,
hurls and he's still got blood all over
Louisa
him?
normally has been sort of like surreptitious about kind of doing these things, but this is just like, meh, whatever, on display here. And so she's just like rubbing hands, glowing, just, kind of making a whole show of the whole thing.
nice.
Okay. Light kind of emanating, not even caring anymore what they see. You step up. Double D, you feel, would you say is it warm hand, cool hand? What would it be, Louisa?
Calamity.
Calamity.
I would say it's sort of a little
Callousy.
like,
like,
since it's
ugh,
winter
yeah.
and this is what happens, I'm gonna go with almost like a little static electricity kind of a thing going on.
Okay.
Mm,
Roll to soak. Okay.
I got the tangles.
With the sweat that's on his shoulder.
The tangle sweats.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. So you've got 3 so far. You need 4 more, and you have 3 people to go. One of the 3 of you needs to get a Benny, or needs to get a raise. But you know what I'm going to do, Cletus, before you go? I'm going to cash in one more of my complications. Because she's got a Tommy Deadman, and I want to shoot one more time at you, I think. And so I'm going to cash in.
that's cool. I mean, I do get the chain around her neck and
Oh, yeah, for
she
sure.
can try.
Oh, she's going to try. It's going to be against your,
I'm
obviously.
going to use you as a human shield against yourself.
It's not even work. Okay. So I'm going to try, because I figure she ain't going to live for very long. I'm going to try to get one more of these off on you.
That's fair.
All
I
right.
deserve it.
4 on the wild. 7 on the first. 6 with her wound, sorry. Oh, God. That's even worse. That's a 4 on the second. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, my God. 10, 18, 24. Wait, hang on. 8 plus 8 plus
think
6 plus
It
4.
might hit.
8 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2. Or excuse me.
28,
8
I
plus
think.
8 plus 6 plus 4 minus 1. So
-1. Oh, no.
in the 20s. I'm going to shoot your ass off. Okay.
27?
So
Oh, we've got one ass
20
cheek left.
she tries to
25
shoot
You
you.
bit the other off.
See, she can't hit you. She just bites the other ass cheek. Oh, goodness. All right.
Oh,
So
God.
so she misses on the first 2, but she will hit on the third with a raise. Man. Okay. So that's going to be an extra D6 worth of damage. Well, it's a 3 on the extra D6. That's an exploder, man. That's an, oh my God. 16, 23,
okay.
27.
Oh gosh.
28 points of damage.
Okay. So toughness a 9. So
Brings it
shaken
down to
13 is
19.
1. 17's 2. 21 for 3.
Yeah, I go always go
Good
the other
God.
way.
Yeah.
So it's 9 for shaken, 13 for wound, 17 for
Yeah.
wound, 21 for wound. So yeah, she's got it. So you gotta figure this up.
Okay. Well, awesome.
You got this, man.
Sure. Do we have any of those?
I don't know.
Used them all.
Do we have
Okay.
any of those audience dice left? Or
No.
did we use them all? That was a Steven complication. I just want to call it out.
The fact that a woman who is grappled with a chain around her neck and a bear trap on her leg can shoot the person grappling her. Good on her.
Okay, man.
Good. We were
Any of that.
we got this.
We
That's
did
still-
get one audience die in there too. You can throw on. Probably one
That
anyway.
wouldn't be enough because I
We
need.
can
Go, boy. How you kill my brother? I'm gonna haunt you.
I'm thinking. Hold on. Let me look at my. Let's see. Is vigor considered a trait roll?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, if you don't have any bennies,
I do have
Then-
bennies, but the auger gives.
Gives them an
Give
extra
them
chance.
another chance.
Yeah.
so then we'll go. I've got one auger left.
Okay, so I'll give it a try. I didn't call the +1 before I rolled it, so. Nope.
Do it now. This one.
Okay. We'll Benny it.
Tense charm.
Yep. Nope.
Okay.
The amazing feat of her. Good for her.
Would you rather have me have the other 20 people who are here fire and shoot at you?
No,
I mean, I
it's
thought we were
fine.
just flavor and
It's-
have fun here,
it's-
man.
No, I get it. I'm cool with it. It happens.
Doesn't
mean, you're not
sound like you're cool with
necessarily-
it.
It makes sense.
There's
more
so
that other
many.
people shoot
There's
me.
so many
Yeah.
people around. There's so many people
I'm
around.
fine
It's
if you're
got to be
struggling
somebody.
against her and somebody else shoots him. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
There's
There's a million people that could shoot Cletus.
picked a fight.
Okay.
We picked a fight with a whole
We did. We did.
lot of people around.
I'd
so
argue she has a hard time doing it, but somebody else easily
somebody's
just
gotten.
Hey,
he
are
could
we
easily
fighting
be
someone?
fighting against her and somebody else brain pans him.
Okay.
There's a
So
whole lot
yes,
of guns.
Cletus should be dead. I think that's totally fair.
You're not dead. You're just down, right? You're just bleeding out.
Oh, it's true. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
Not dead yet.
Yeah. Still got
Okay.
some time.
Okay. So, I think we'll just go over then to Joe. Now both of you are going to need raises then. Both Joe and Doggett
So-
are going to need raises here.
Quick sit rep. Other than the house, what other structures are nearby? Any more automobiles, anything like that?
We'll say was an outhouse, we'll say. There's a shed or an outhouse. I don't see any no vehicles.
Okay, but there is the house.
There is the house, indeed.
Okay, Cletus was pulling her into the house, or who was in the house or going into the house?
So Cletus and Double D
Yeah,
were at
we
the
were pulling
house
her into the house
with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I needed then.
Okay.
So Joe, seeing Cletus get shot full of buckshot, and his brother's in there. Can we say this is one of those houses that got like a front awning on it? You know, like the overhang.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Joe does the math in his head, sees all those triangles and angles and everything. He turns around with the shotgun, but instead of shooting somebody, he blows off one of those supports so that roof kind of slams down over the door, protecting the people inside.
Okay, man. Roll away. You're looking for. Hopefully, you want to get yourself a raise if possible.
Yeah, you want this as a shooting roll, or elsewise to figure out which one to which support to shoot.
You use whatever skill is the best for you.
We
Okay.
got 2 more or 4 more player dice, so there's enough for you to use 2 and for me to use 2.
I will use 2
find out.
player dice. So this gives me a +2. I'll use the repair to figure out. Do I put the plus in the modifier or just the number?
I don't think you need to put the
When it
plus.
pops up.
I think you just put the
Okay.
number. There
10.
you go, man. You got it with
That's
the
the
10. That's the
raise.
raise. Okay.
So he turns around, he blows the correct support as that the whole side of that roof just kind of slams over the door so that they can't be shot inside anymore.
And so Double D throws the body. Luis is up there healing Double D. Cletus goes down, and then suddenly there's this explosion. The awning swoops down, kind of protecting the 3 of them inside, leaving Dog and Joe. Where the hell is that frickin' Amian kid? Kid ran off again. and you two are still out here, but they do also have her kind of trapped inside. So Doggant, It is up to you, man. Dan, it comes down to you, buddy.
How
Why
many
does it
do we
always
need?
have to do this?
Do we need 1 or 2?
I love that it's like the game knew because you're the last in the initiative order. It's fantastic.
This is like the 2nd or 3rd time that we've done one of these where I'm the last person to go to.
And it matters this time.
Yeah,
So is it a 1 or a 2?
I gotta get a raise.
You need a raise. You want to
I need a
use
raise.
your best possible skill, Dan. Whatever your highest skill is, I think.
I know.
And Steven did just throw out some apology bits.
I know. I'm torn between shooting because I technically get 3 shots if I shoot, compared to using an ability because they're both a D8. I feel like
Whatever you
shooting
like,
gives me
man.
the best odds.
I like to inject fireball.
I know. I kind of want to do a fireball because it sounds more fun, but
Do it.
Yeah.
odds aren't better.
Do
but,
it feels good.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a whole crowd of people coming up behind us, right?
There
Like the
are.
reinforcements. I
There
was
are.
just gonna firebomb them.
Okay. All right. So you're using 2 of Steven's mercy bits.
Yep.
Yes,
and I was
the
gonna use
last.
all of my power points on it
Okay, man. Do
to
it.
make it as big as possible. I assume I'm throwing like just
Oh yeah.
2 or 3 of them at
Yes.
once.
Still got the auger, an auger token to use, and still got a Benny. I would imagine to roll. So you got 3 chances, Dan, to get a critical fail.
Right?
Ooh.
That's 0 for 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The plus
So-
2's not on
Plus
it.
plus 2 would give you a 5. You're
Yeah,
almost
but
there.
it's not enough.
Yeah. All you need to do is roll 6, man. All you gotta do is roll
So-
1 6.
Auger first.
Yeah, auger first.
Auger first. Oh my gosh.
The plus 2's on that.
The +2 is on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
try.
All right, Benny, it is.
Ah!
No.
Oh.
my gosh.
Dan, you melodramatic fool.
Oh my god.
Describe the ridiculous inferno that you create that sends the rest of these reinforcements running.
I mean, I assume he's just taken like out of his pack of, whiskey, just like a fistful of bottles, like one at each knuckle, and just throwing them.
Okay, so awning swings down, protecting the crew. You start chucking just these moonshine firebombs. They explode left and right. You see 3 or 4 people just get burst into flames. You see that classic, and they're running around crazily, and they just fall over the side of a cliff, all the way down, disappearing. You hear a bunch of folks start to run. We'll say a couple of them are trying to drag, maybe Fergus away, but the woman, Justice, she's trapped. But the rest of them are trying to run away. A bunch of people dead on the ground. And I will go ahead and say the dramatic task has concluded by the skin of your teeth.
Oh my gosh.
No kidding.
And like, how more dramatic could it get there? Like, you literally needed the last auger, the last +2, and
Oh
a
my
penny.
God. Well, we had to have 3 raises that round.
Yeah, you guys did it. You pulled it off.
Oh
Thank
my
you,
gosh.
Steven.
That was crazy.
Thank you, Steven.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
Jeremy hates me now,
I
but
don't.
you guys succeeded.
I do not. I
We,
love every second of these.
We're going to take a breather, and we're going to go ahead and do our giveaway now, I think.
Giveaway.
As we are completed with this task, everyone, you guys have all survived. So we're going to do our giveaway here. All right. So, deep breath. We're back in the. We're gonna say the fireworks have died down. You guys listen for gunshots. You don't really hear any anymore. Those of you that are inside the cabin, Double D, maybe you're standing. You peek out. You can see they're retreating. Fire everywhere. You can see Joe, Doggin. Both of them are kind of standing there. Blood, soot, singe. You see Amian kind of climbing out from underneath the cabin as well as he kind of crawled down there to take cover. You look down. Cletus just took a massive gunshot right to his gut. Luckiest shot in the world. And fortunately, Louisa is trapped in here with you. So how do y'all want to handle this?
Heal.
Okay, go ahead and give that a roll.
Definitely. First order of business. I'm doing some magical healing.
The lady that shot you still alive.
You want now?
And the lady who done shot here still alive.
Get that gun out of her hands.
Oh, yes. The lady that shot
Sweet
him is
Jesus.
still alive.
Yeah. Disarm.
Sorry, I was shooting shit towards you. Message.
Oh, okay. That is a. Sorry, I have to do math now. That is a 25 on my faith roll for healing.
Okay, well that
What does that do?
that's a really good roll.
I think you can get one more. I don't think they'll let you do more than 2 wounds at a time.
All right, so
Yeah, success removes 1 wound, raise removes 2.
okay.
And I don't have a whole lot of PowerPoints to do other stuff. So
It's pretty good though.
That's
Not
still
bad.
really good.
All right,
That takes you out of bleeding out though, right?
yes,
Yes.
yep, because it's any sort of healing would do it. Okay,
I was excited. My D6 exploded 2 additional times.
That is awesome.
And I had a 6 on my face. So, all right. She looks a bit weary. Not that she doesn't always look weary these days, but she looks a little bit wearier as her PowerPoints are just about used up.
Kind of gone.
I've got 3 left.
okay. So we see the wounds on Cletus begin to stitch up. His eyes start to flicker back open. You see the sweaty, greasy visage of Double D, your brother, right over top of you.
Hey. He alive.
Why'd you have to cradle me up in your pits like that?
Gotta get you warm.
Thank you.
It's like a goat quilt. That's cozy.
We'll go quilt indeed.
All right. We gotta make like 3.
Get the fuck out.
Right?
What do you want to do with her? She's there. I'll
Jeepers.
say you've got her chained up in the bear trap and everything. At this point, there's enough time for you all to disarm her, wrap her up in the chain, etc. Outside, then, we'll say Joe, Doggins, there's bodies all around, fire all around. You saw a number of folks, guns, bows and arrows, rudimentary weapons here and there, start running away.
I think maybe I'm gonna
Joe-
take off one of my socks, shove it in her mouth, keep quiet, and I'm gonna break her thumb.
Oh, we're keep her
I think that's
alive.
against some Geneva conventions
It
there.
is.
I don't.
I don't know that Holler. Is Geneva Holler in here somewhere? I don't see it.
Man, I only know one Geneva, and I didn't like her much.
Joe's sitting on the remnants of the porch. He's got his bowler in his hand. He's sticking his finger through the hole. Single tear coming down. He's like, I can fix it. Puts it on his
I
head.
suppose we can, start collecting up some of the munitions and things like that might have been dropped all over. Perhaps we can find Ferguson. I don't know.
Sure. We'll say
Let a big boy get away.
he wasn't a big boy. He was just a
I know.
moonshiner.
but he-
Yeah. So
Pain in our ass, though.
okay, we'll say you find the body of Fergus Dugan. He is not in great shape, but he was not specifically killed. He was thrown while he was unconscious, so he's not in great shape, but he is, what we say, you do have his body. His men were not that loyal to him as they ran away to drag him off. They dragged him a little bit, but then they kind of just gave up because of the fire from your bombs. It just became too threatening. And I'll say, in terms of reward, definitely a Tommy Deadman, definitely a peasant pumper or two. So you probably have, we'll say, 3 guns or so. And I mean, there's tons of stuff on the ground. So any kind of basic weapons, I'm sure you could find. So if any of you have interest in knives or anything like that, you'll be able to find them. Stun batons, those shocker sticks, and probably.
Any of them have decent boots on them?
Yeah, I would say probably. Let's see what we got. Probably got. Yeah, we'll say there's one set, and we'll say it's old Fergus who's wearing them. A set of steel-toed boots. This is +1 to damage. You can actually look that up in the item list.
Nice.
You heard that?
Your boots look terrible, Double D.
Oh, you got toe room. They're good.
You should try these. You're gonna like it.
All right. I don't need no goddamn foot prison. I'll try them all.
While they're figuring out their footwear, Louisa wants to kind of poke around the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
There's
That we're
probably
in?
some cool stuff in there.
So you go around, and you will find the cabin itself it's not the biggest of cabins, but it's also not the smallest. But you can definitely see that Fergus has been certainly taking advantage of his relationship with the big boys. As there's more than one item of some extravagance in here that you would imagine is from the city. So you can see some really fine looking like rugs and tapestries. You can see that there's all sorts of like fine dining china, like not actual like ruddy stonework, but really nice looking kind of reflective pieces of good china. And you also see that there's more than plenty of like moonshining, like there's a whole bookcase full of moonshining, like various recipes and things like that, recipe books that he seems to have here and there. Then
That's stuff I need. Got Steele's recipes.
yeah.
For sure, will do.
And then in terms of if you start going through some of his other stuff, you can see there's all sorts of decent clothes here and there. So you can see there's like a kind of a set of like fine Sunday clothes and fancy, like there's like fancy dress and stuff in here. You're not sure if he's got a wife or not, but there's some fancy dress in here. Looks like something that's been made not by a local seamstress, but again, I don't know, might have been payment or bribing or whatever it might be. Plenty of food, decent food. You can see this is the type of stuff that you would get at the at the company stores in town. Yeah.
Okay. So I will take. I'll try to kind of package up some of the clothes and some of the food and definitely the moonshine stuff. I will walk on out to Doggand.
Maybe I can become famous too.
Anything that looks business like, any kind of documentation or paperwork or correspondence or anything?
Oh yeah, we gotta like have evidence of stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a notice test there, Doggant.
Oh, someone else should do that.
Louisa could do it too. You're asking about it as well.
Oh, jeez.
We
Well, I
rolled
still got some
exactly the
bennies.
same thing.
So
I do have
Okay,
bennies
yeah.
left, so I will benny that.
These are less important rolls.
There we go. I got one.
Lives are not on the line with these. Okay. So if you're looking so you're looking like for anything that suggests like evidence basically. So in addition to all of like the ridiculously fine content here, you do see that there is some basic correspondence that's coming from one of the Ashdowns, not Samuel Ashdown, but one of the Ashdowns, like one of the sort of the younger party of it, like or you're not sure exactly who in the hierarchy, but you can see it's got that kind of massive, like really arrogant kind of Ashdown signature, the big old A swooping through, and
Big all up in your face.
yeah, it's just the note is asking is basically not so much asking, but kind of giving correspondence, giving direction, and it seems to be talking about they're sending, the technomancers are sending more, so you'll have an even greater workforce.
More zombies.
Okay.
I'm gonna call them.
And I assume there's like a back way out of this, or are we like digging our way out of the roof collapse that happened?
There's a
here on
window
the
you can
front?
climb out
Assume you
of.
can go out a window.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
That guy, I'm just gonna cool it, man.
Louisa will be kind of sticking her head out to Joe or Doggin to be like, I could use a bit of assistance climbing out this here window. I was meant to walk through doors, not so much with the climbing out of windows.
Joe's been collecting knives and shotgun shells to replace his ammo. He'll go over.
Okay.
Much
So-
Ammo's definitely the
appreciated.
big thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're all strong enough that you can also move the awning out of the way too. So
Wood,
Doggin
man.
might have found something useful for you, and Louisa will hand over the moonshine recipes.
perfect. Okay, so just to remind you of the task that you were actually sent on. So
Killing everyone that we find along.
this was
the way
not
from
what
point
you
A
had
to
to
point
do.
B.
Really, it was just trying to find confirmation that he was part of the big boy, that he was being supported by the big boys, which you have very clearly done in some of the things you've collected. So that has been done. You're going for extra credit by just taking him out entirely. So that's been done as well. So in terms of like what you were sent here to do by Amos, like you've done it and then
Alright.
some.
Take him, take her, go on back to the place. Here you go.
Okay.
Is the woman still alive, or did you guys finish her off?
Hey, tied up. Got socked about.
Got a broken thumb
I
and a
mean,
sock in her
might as
mouth.
well be finished off.
Man,
We're bringing her,
hostage.
bringing her back, right?
Eh,
Okay.
You say that Joe's already taken like 3 steps towards her and just pulled the knife out.
Taking her back.
He's like,
Taking her back. We're
right,
yeah.
fine.
You also have Fergus Dugan, so you have both of them.
take them both back.
Okay. So,
Is
We'll give
he
some
conscious?
serious extra credit.
no, he was unconscious. No,
Okay.
there is a cliff nearby if you just wanted to.
Well,
Tie her up, bring her back.
they're both unconscious.
Okay.
All right.
So bring him back. Are you heading back to? Are you heading back to Cherry Mountain to Amos's place? You never actually talked to Amos. You talked to one of his lieutenants, Yancey, but they're the one who's like gave you the cherry bounce, kind of told you what to do. So you kind of know who to talk to. Are you heading back there or somewhere else?
Those are them dogs were too, right?
Yeah, they were in the valley between Cherry Mountain and Old Rag. They kind of tracked you for a bit and found you near the creek.
I'm at the puppies.
Yeah,
Puppies are puppies.
he has the pups. That's the other kind of unresolved issue is that the Fenrir they wanted you to get Amos to hand over the pups that he had stolen and raise as guard dogs, basically, so that they could slaughter them.
So
I'll wake him up.
we have So we're trying to get Amos
Mm-hmm.
to give us the dog. So we
Yeah.
have Fergus.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And we're trying
Mhm.
to so
You're
We got some leverage.
Your potential ally is the one who's got the Fenrir pups.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right.
so we could offer a trade if he's
Yeah.
had looking for information. We can definitely give information, but we can also hand his competition to him and provide a request that giving these two over would mean that we get the dogs.
I like it. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So it's about this time. Night's fallen. And kind of, do you want to just push through the night down the hill and away from this battlefield and whatnot? Okay.
Blazing Inferno, that's probably burning still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's you didn't set the house on fire at least, so it's really just random trees and bushes and things and stuff out here that kind of got hit with collateral damage. All right, so you guys start heading back down the slope, pass by the upper still. You took care of all the zombie workers here. The worker ghouls is what they're called, and you're careful as you pass by the upper still and go down to the lower still because you know there's these different traps all over the place, and so you're careful. You keep an eye out. It's dark, but you move slow. Get down to the lower still. You're at the very kind of base of Old Rag. Fog starts to roll in a bit, and you reach the edge of Drunkard's Creek. If you recall, Drunkard's Creek is where you had to find a way across. And you look out, and again, it's flooded, so it's deep, and the bank itself is kind of overrun a bit. Would you be doing the same thing you did last time? Kind of waiting around, trying to get Alvin Taylor to fetch you all across?
I want to be collecting birds.
Okay.
Yeah, we forgot to bring sacrifices.
Okay. So we'll say once more, you all kind of split out. A couple of you are keeping an eye on, keep the two prisoners. The rest of you spread out, start collecting some birds, etc., etc. Eventually, you see in that kind of dark fog over the water, kind of parts a bit, and you see the shadow of the raft coming across, that kind of tall kind of pole sticking up out of the water that he's using to push the raft across. Inexplicably, comes out of nowhere, just seems to comes out of the fog. You dump all your birds inside of his bucket, and he just waits for everyone to get on board. And it always seems to be just big enough, just the exact right size of a raft that you all would need to cross. Doesn't say really much of anything, just kind of grunts here or there, like Double D might, and kind of pushes you all back across. And somewhere around, we'll say, a little past midnight or so, we'll say you cross over Drunkard's Creek. Fog still around. You're away from Old Rag. You're away from Dugan's Mountain. So you know that it's around here that you saw the Fenrir. Somewhere around here. You don't see them immediately. Like they're good at stealth. Do you look for them first, or do you just go straight to Amos?
I ain't looking for them. I will yell for them. Not get their
imagine that-
attention. Just let them know.
Okay.
I'll go,
Imagine if
"Hey,
they want to talk to us, they'll talk to us.
Okay.
we ain't forget the deal. We're going to get them now.
Okay. We'll say then it's around, dawn when you guys reach the camp of Yancey, and was Amos is like chief lieutenant. We'll say since you guys traveled through the night, we'll do like a fatigue or whatever, but Louisa can probably take care of that for folks. But eventually you come to, similar to Dugan, you see the sort of a small still. You see a handful of lean-tos and other shacks and stuff, and then you see kind of stepping on out is Yancey. He comes on over, takes a look at y'all. You're covered in soot and grime and blood, and he's like, "Yeah, y'all know it's supposed to be a stealth mission, right?"
Yeah, they were kind of waiting for us, it turns out.
Yeah.
I forgot that part.
Yeah. And then he looks down and he sees Fergus, and he's like, "Well, that's gonna tickle Amo something." Look at him. Oh, look at him. He's alive?
Hey,
Barely.
yeah, today. 3 things. or 1, 2. I don't know. Anyway, we got a few things.
Okay, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take you up to the big man. How about that?
All right.
He's gonna want to see this. And what?
Hey,
He kind of looks over at the woman you have kind of wrapped up. He sees the clothing, eyes go wide. Boy, you all real like courting trouble, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of like grinning as he's saying it too. You know, little whistle comes out of a gap between his teeth. And he starts leading you a little bit further up the slope, not too far away. And eventually you come to like a well, kind of a well hidden behind a series of trees and little rock formations scattered about on top of Cherry Mountain. You see a fairly modest looking cabin. You hear him kind of whistle out. And he's like, hey, Amos, got them folk that did that thing for you. You're gonna want to see this, man. You see the door opens up. You see old Amos Mulholland coming out, got a touch of gray in his hair, kind of like leathery looking face from the sun. Kind of looks like he's got his kind of coveralls up, but they're one of the the straps aren't fully kind of tight, so he's sort of bare chested a little bit. You can see it's sort of hanging down. Decent shape, fella. He kind of comes up. He's like yawning. So y'all are some sort of resistance movement or something, I hear from Ella. Well, all right. How'd it all go? Y'all figure it out?
Kind of went bad, but then it turned out pretty good.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
Hey, I'll tell you the whole story right here. So we're sneaking on out of the thing. And it was a lower thing, and it was the steel, and we done blew that one up. And we went on out the hill where there was a snake, it was iron, and there was a hole, and there was a thing with the mud. We got past that, and there's a big steel with all the corpses all walking.
I knew there was something about his workforce. I knew he couldn't get good, honest folk to go working for him too much. His stuff ain't good enough, and he don't pay that much. I knew there was something fishy.
Yeah, he smashed all in, and we blew up the steel. Then we went up the hill, and we fought him. And we took him hostage.
Took him. Well, yeah, I see him. There he is, right there, sleeping like a baby, like a big
We
old
got trade,
ugly
though.
baby. You blew up the stills. You salvage any equipment or nothing? I mean, we always need parts.
That was just boom.
There's only so much we could carry.
I mean, you go look. It's probably something.
All right. Okay, all right. You want to trade? What do you mean you want to trade? I thought the deal was you do me a favor and I help y'all out later and LMA.
Hey, you did. We did fair. You do fair later, but we did more than fair. So we need more than fair now.
Okay.
Escalation.
You're renegotiating the deal.
A little bit. I mean, we still do the thing. Just you want these two. We want your puppies.
I beg your pardon.
Fenrir.
You want my pups?
Yeah.
I put a lot of effort into acquiring them, training them, and
Yeah, well, I mean, it's another favor we're doing for you too.
Yeah, they kind of want to come kill y'all, so
Yeah, we negotiate peace. They just going, he said the thing. They going to do the thing.
who's gonna come kill us? We talking about? You just said you
Fenrir.
took them all out. Oh, Fenrir. Oh,
One talks, one's don't.
roll a persuasion test there, double D.
Well, you got to what to do with that. I mean,
You weren't intimidating him this time. This time it sounds
I
like
got persuasion. I got
There you
that.
go.
Yeah,
There you go,
I got
buddy.
that. I can do this. Here goes. Count of 3. 3. Oh, that's 4. That explodes. All right. Boom. 5.
Okay. Kind of hems and haws a bit. All right, I want them both, first of all.
Deal.
You give me both of them. All right, I'll give you the pups. And you can tell LMA I owe y'all one. That's fine.
All right.
Okay. Maybe more than one. Let's not go crazy. I'll tell you what. All right. Yancy, head on out. Get them pups down. Y'all walk with me. Get you all another. Probably thirsty or something. All right. Yancy, go get the pups. Meet us down by the still, and we'll see these folks off. Come on, bring the pets with you, too. Come on. And he kind of goes over and he, like, kicks Fergus a little bit. This fella thought he was good at me. You ever drink his stuff? It tastes like you mix dirt and water together and then you pissed in it. I mean, who wants to drink that kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, maybe Cletus.
I don't want none of that.
No,
Man,
not at
no,
all.
come on. That was one time because you made me do it after you lied to me.
I told you it's pickle juice.
Pickle juice. Okay.
I just thought they were really bad pickles.
It was. It was.
We did drink some of that stuff that you made, and your maid over there gave it to us, and that was actually useful.
Well, of course it was. I made it.
I look over to Louisa and say, I just see dead people.
Yeah, like the whole way back, like you're seeing like the bodies kind of twitching, stuff moving around in the shadows. It was a weird ride for you.
Yeah.
But as he's waiting around the lower still, kind of BSing here and there, trading secrets with Dog in here and there, talking about moonshine, he pulls out a crate and he's like, "All right, y'all, you did a little extra. I'll give y'all a little extra too." So he's gonna give every one of you another. There you go. Take one more for the road. Okay.
Nice.
And you all know how to handle these pups, and you see as Yancey comes down with a few other folks, and there's these big old like they're not as big as the ones that you encounter, but you can tell they're lively. They're kind of like adolescents, They got tons of like puppy energy, but they're big, and you see them kind of pulling and they're kind of shouting like the handlers are kind of shouting various commands. Sometimes they're listening, sometimes they're not, but they're coming on down, and you can see that there's like 6 of them coming down. He's like, "Well, you said you want them. You go ahead and return them. All right."
Right.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, say it. And he turns around, kind of scratches his butt, and kind of goes back up to his cabin, kind of just laughing. As behind him, he drags on like a nice little cord. Fergus is just kind of sliding around on the ground behind him. He's just like, and Yancey takes Justice Harley, kind of carries her, not drags her. She's awake. Kind of pulls her off into one of these other sheds or stuff they have set up. So we'll say that you bring the pups down to the valley, wait around. Okay,
I
go
have
ahead.
a question.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is necessarily going to work, but I'm just wondering, is there anything that I have with my like healing or relief, or is there anything that I might be able to try to do with these dogs?
To what? To try to remove the stench of humanity?
Basically, that's what I'm just trying to like. And the answer could totally be no, because it doesn't really work like that.
I'll tell you what. Roll. Yeah, sure. Roll a relief. Maybe we'll do relief. Cast relief. Do your roll. We'll see if that helps. And what I'll say is, if you pass well enough, maybe you'll get a bonus, because you're still going to have to try to persuade Aladolf a little bit to try to get them not to go killing these pups.
Well, and I know we had some success persuading them early on to, like, I think it was basically give them a chance or something along those lines, like see if they kind of renaturalize. But
Yeah. But this, I'll give you one more opportunity just to like guarantee it. So how'd you do, Louisa?
That's a 7.
Okay. So you kind of take some time, get into some prayer, hands kind of get all glowy, kind of touch them on the scruff of their necks. They're very nice, actually. They're not growling at you. They certainly don't feel like wild animals to you, but they feel like very exuberant dogs. But kind of go around.
More would have loved to have these.
Indeed, he would. But eventually, yeah, he would have. Eventually, you see peering out from over the hill. You see the silhouettes of Aladoff and the adult Fenrir's. They come down. And he comes up to you and he says, "Saxons and Danes, I see you have come here, and you have completed the task of which I asked. Did you kill this Amos?"
Nah.
He gave them over to you freely.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. We will do as you say. We will take them among us. We will see if they behave still like wild creatures, or if their stance of domestication of humans is too far and too heavy. I give you my word, we will give them a few days and see how they acclimate.
A few weeks, maybe. Days doesn't seem like a whole lot. A few weeks.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion test. I'll give you a +1 as you've kind of helped clean some of the stench off of them.
You got it. Believe in you.
Really better at this than I am.
Nah.
You got a +1. You're good. Easy peasy.
5 +1, 6.
You see he kind of snarls for a bit. He just has his lip kind of, "We had the deal." And he kind of mumbles under his breath, This is what humans do, negotiation. Fine. We will give them a few weeks, as you said. And we will see if they are capable of learning. And if they are, they will rejoin the pack in full.
Yes.
Do we have any other business?
Nah.
Don't think so, unless you want to be our friends someday down the road.
I think we have... I think our time with humans should be limited. We do not see everything the same. You people come here onto these mountains and you build your machines and you pollute the air and the water. There are a few of you that we call friend.
We did blow up half of them, at least, so man, there's a little less going on.
It is true. We heard several explosions and the smell of smoke for miles. But still, the damage is done.
As long as you give those youngins there a fair opportunity to rejoin and not take out on them.
I have
That
given you
wasn't
my
their
word.
fault.
I do not. I will not go back on it. I give you my word. I will give them a few weeks.
All we ask.
Indeed. If that is enough, I shall bid you goodbye. Farewell. Thank you. And I hope that we will not see each other again.
Okay.
All right. So they all kind of start turning around. The dogs are still like the young pups are going crazy. Every now and then you just see one of the Finner just like bark right at them and just kind of bite, and you hear you, and they're like, "Oh, never mind. We're back into line," as they're trying to kind of fit them in the pack, and they kind of disappear over the hill and out of sight. And with that, we'll say that you begin your journey back towards the Serpent Church in the Hogback Hills to deliver the news to Ella May, and we will call it for tonight then.
Took care of business.
Yeah.
We did. We
Somehow.
very, 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 very dramatic. Kind of.
Got a hole in Dad's
my.
hat.
I like that. That's Joe's takeaway. Like,
Yeah,
my
your
hat's got a
hat.
hole.
Out of all the things, yeah.
And you guys
awesome.
will get your advance as we just completed an act, so you'll get your advance for next time.
Nice.
And we will start up a new act next time.
Maybe I'm gonna have
Yay.
to pick up rock and roller so I can use my Tommy Deadman better.
Very nice. Very nice.
Get some more strength there.
So
go
Oh
flying.
yeah,
when
I
you
gotta
shoot
get
it.
strength first.
before I forget, let's
Well.
give you some ammo.
Strength was a -1
We'll
compared to
say,
a -2. So
Doggin, we'll say you have 16 shots left in that Tommy Deadman for ammo. Just
is that the new ammo or
from what you could have recovered, if you wanted to recover and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
All right. Let's do some closing plugs and we'll get down and out of here. So, Chuck, what's going on with the Defenders this week, man?
That's me. Yeah, Wednesday, we're kicking off chapter 2 of All Fear the Ishtar. You can see everyone but Melissa there. So, yeah. And then Thursday, we're scheduled to do some watercolors and warriors. And Friday, John's running us some mecha hack for a one shot. Yeah, Saturday, Goodman Games in the evening, and Bert will talk about that.
All right. Jeremy, why don't you tell us about this Patreon?
Yeah, we're gonna be some Patreon. You've got comics, maps, tokens, other fun assets. Check it out.
Very, very nice. And then Bert, tell us about Steam Steal and Murder and about what's going on Goodman Games.
Well, this Tuesday, tomorrow night, we're supposedly starting our second edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We just migrated up from first edition, playing in the Greyhawk setting. This Friday will be some BX Dungeons and Dragons. Saturday on the official Goodman Games channel, for whoever who can make it, we will be playing some Weird Frontiers. Maybe it'll be an interlude between two big adventures. We'll see how that turns out. Yeah, that's it. Other than, hey, if you like pulp role-playing games, check out the Kickstarter I'm very much a large part of. It's called Dicey Tales. It's the second edition. It is funded. It's made both its stretch goals. We still have just under 2 weeks left on it. The more we make, the more we'll make extras for it in the form of zines with new adventures, new settings, new stuff to go with it. So if you like pulp, check it out.
Very, very cool. And then as for us, what we got going on tomorrow night on the channel, we're going to be playing some Haunted West. You can catch Chuck and I in that game. Our buddy Steven, who caused all the problems tonight, he's going to be running that game and making really bad jokes. So he'll be there, and I can say that kind of stuff because he already left, so we can insult him. And then on Friday, we're going to be doing a special Electric Bastion Land Christmassy themed, as we're going to do some Merry Oddmas stuff, a little supplement that they Christmas oriented. So we're going to be doing that on Friday. We do not have our normal One Ring game on Saturday, as it's Christmas Eve. People are kind of taking the time off, but we should be back on Monday with something. I'm not sure yet. Kind of checking out who we have, but it's the day after Christmas, so we might throw together something silly and fun. But otherwise, one other thing. Next week on Tuesday, the 27th, we have giveaways left and right. So next Tuesday, so if you're watching our Haunted West stream, not tomorrow, but next week, we're giving away a big old 800 plus page copy of that book too. So if you're not following the channel, follow the channel and kind of come, maybe get some dice one night, maybe get a book the other night, and it'll be a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and raid someone. Let's see. So if you could, just hang around, wait for a second. We're going to raid Laugh, Love, Lindy. So follow the raid, follow them, follow us, follow Chuck and Bert, and we'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.